Top 5 Most Read Articles section is brought to you by Paints and Coatings Expert. Do not forget to like the video, comment, share and subscribe to our channel. Top 5 Most Read Articles from the 7th to the 21st of March, 2021 on Paints and Coatings Expert. Coatings industry under pressure due to developments in raw material market. The European paint, printing inks and artists' colors industry is under increased pressure due to rising raw materials prices, a complex mix of demand, capacity issues and scarce transportation resources of key raw materials is enhancing uncertainty in the supply chain. Despite the enormous impact for the industry, the coatings industry is striving to reduce risks to customers. After a year marked by the COVID-19 pandemic, our industry faces serious challenges again in 2021 due to the rise in raw material prices, said André Vieira de Castro, chairman of CEPE. There are several reasons for the increase, namely increasing demand for raw materials due to the anticipated economic recovery, a shortage of raw materials available due to bad weather conditions and the closing of several plants causing suppliers of raw materials to invoke force majeure. In addition, transportation costs are on the rise resulting from the sharp increase in oil prices. André Vieira de Castro pursued, the burden for the industry is immense, as raw material prices account for more than half of the cost. Since January last year, costs for key components like epoxy resins have risen by 60% in Europe. The situation is similar for solvents, where the price of acetone and N-butyl acetate alone rose by 123% and 91% respectively. The current situation stems from Europe and Asia and especially the unexpected rapid V-shaped recovery in China, which is fueling demand for essential raw materials. Next to epoxy resins, the list of highly demanded petrochemical raw materials includes inter alia polyester resins, polypropylene glycols, acrylic acids, acrylic resin, UV resins, polyurethane resins, and solvents. In parallel to petrochemical raw materials, global pigment raw material costs, including titanium dioxide, red and yellow iron oxide, have also seen sharp increases. Key drivers for the increases include high demand across all industries, greater domestic supply requirements in producing countries, generic supply and demand imbalances and higher pigment component costs. The situation is exacerbated by capacity issues, disruptions at producers in Asia and Europe, either due to factory closures or plant accidents, have significantly tightened supply. Another cost factor is scarce transportation resources. The COVID-19 pandemic led to erratic demands for international trade that affected the shipping container movements. The current global shortage of containers in the right places has led to a sharp increase in transportation costs. Prices of containers between China and Europe have risen more than 400% since Q4 2020. While the coatings industry seeks to cope as much as possible with the current uncertainties, the world market pressure should give European decision-makers pause for thought. Increased sustainability is undeniably the way forward, but global competition should not be ignored in the measures of the EU Green Deal. It is essential for Europe to have a strong chemicals industry with factories based in Europe in order to be more self-sufficient, otherwise it is the European economy as a whole which is under threat, concluded André Vieira de Castro. Exterior wall coating technologies by BASF.
Our skin protects us from the elements. We naturally strive to keep it looking delicate and beautiful. But as we age, our skin is exposed to damage inside and out. UV light, natural wear, rain and dust all take their toll. But with well-protected skin, we glow with confidence. This is true even for exterior paint on your facade. BASF understands homeowners and property managers want long-lasting coatings with unlimited color choices. Paints based on our state-of-the-art binders are designed to keep your walls looking great no matter what. Our 3 anti-aging innovations are the key to making your exterior coatings last longer. Our EC-Lock Plus technology forms a high-density film through internal cross-linking with excipients and polymers. When it rains, the tightly bound excipients are prevented from dissolving in water, which blocks them from migrating to the coating's surface. Water does not easily penetrate the surface, enhancing the performance of coatings, especially in deep colors. DuraColor technology is the latest innovation in durable exterior coatings. It combines sequence-controlled polymerization, where polymer chains are uniquely tailored to resist the elements and prevent efflorescence. A highly coherent film comprising of advanced cross-linking polymers increases the paint's binding power and protects color from fading. And optimized reactivity through the right choice of soaps reduces excipient content to offer excellent early rain resistance. It reinforces your paint against nature, keeping your house looking fresh and clean for a longer period of time. The IO hybrid technology is the seamless incorporation of inorganic nanoparticles into an organic matrix for a hybrid surface. Our technology successfully unites the composite particles to form a homogeneous, reinforced matrix that possesses the advantages of both inorganic and organic binders. These advantages include the hardness and permeability of inorganic nanoparticles and the elasticity and water resistance of organic binders. Together, they create a superhydrophilic surface that expertly resists collecting dirt while preventing algae and fungal growth. These technologies make your coating stay clean and fresh for a long period of time. So, what are we offering to protect your home? Acronol Plus 7018 adopts EC Lock Plus technology, which reduces water permeability by locking in excipients, preventing early rain marks, also known as snail trails, and dirt streaks on the coating surface, therefore retaining the rich color. Acronol Edge 7686 and 7685. Duracolor technology protects your house against the natural forces of aging. A perfect coating based on Acronol Edge 7686 or Acronol Edge 7685 stops dirt from penetrating to keep homes looking fresh and clean. Its optimized chemical composition strongly resists all different external factors. Col9 9099. This unique technology creates a superhydrophilic surface to achieve best-in-class dirt accumulation resistance. It also enhances algae and fungi resistance and guards against tough exterior stains. Taken together, they keep your walls looking beautiful for far longer. Bring home that vivid, long-lasting color. Bring home BASF.
Development of Sol Gel antibacterial and antiviral coating for glass. NSG Group has successfully developed a new antibacterial and antiviral coating for glass substrates, based on its proprietary Sol Gel technology. Copper contained in the newly developed coating reacts with water, oxygen and other substances in the air to generate active oxygen, which in turn inactivates bacteria and viruses by destroying their envelopes and decomposing lipids, protein and gene materials. The group plans to launch the new coating within fiscal year March 2022. Raw material availability and price hikes may end up as 2021's biggest issue. Lack of availability of key raw materials and packaging, and significant price increases are causing significant disruption to the coatings and printing ink industries in the UK and across Europe. There are 4 significant trends affecting raw material prices. Strong global market demand has led to shortages on many raw materials. The oil price has risen by 58% since November, currently $68 a barrel. The global shortage of shipping containers has led to a sharp rise in transport costs from Asia to Europe, thus further restricting supplies to Europe. Additional non-tariff costs related to the new UK customs arrangements with the EU are adding to the cost of imported raw materials into the UK from Europe. However, there are also some specific reasons for some of the recent increases. Solvents are one category where prices are going through the roof. Some examples in BCF's monthly raw material prices survey shows the largest increases in solvent prices in January 2021 versus 12 months ago are acetone, 123%, N-butyl acetate, 91%, IPA, 41%, and N-butanol, 54%. A critical issue here are 2 force majeures at major chemical plants producing butyl acetate. In January, BCF issued a press release reporting sharp price increases for epoxy resins, of as much as 60% in Q3 2020. Similar problems are affecting the market for polyester resins with factory closures in Singapore and Sweden, as well as an explosion at a factory in China adding to the difficulties. There are also problems with bisphenol A with stocks being diverted to polycarbonates. neopentyl glycol and methanol are also both reported to be in short supply. Concerns have also been raised about pigment shortages, such as red and yellow iron oxide. Plastic polymers are also in short supply, affecting availability and prices of packaging, with 5L paint cans 10% higher than at the same period last year, and tin plate has had a similar increase. Given that raw materials and freight comprise the majority of the overall cost to produce paints, coatings and printing inks, this trend will have a major impact on the operations of BCF member companies, said BCF CEO Tom Bodel. Where possible, BCF members will seek to mitigate higher costs via internal process optimization measures, alternate sourcing and increased efficiencies. AkzoNobel to partner with PolarPod for pioneering scientific mission. A pioneering scientific expedition which will send a manned oceanographic platform drifting around Antarctica has brought AkzoNobel on board as exclusive paints and coatings partner. The brainchild of French explorer and environmentalist Jean-Louis Etienne, the PolarPod will enable international scientists and researchers to study the Antarctic circumpolar current, which has a major influence on the Earth's climate and contains an immense reserve of marine biodiversity. Standing 100 meters high, the PolarPod won't be motorized, so it will be zero-emission, silently driven by the circumpolar current, like an ocean-going satellite. As it gradually makes its way around the Antarctic continent, AkzoNobel will sponsor the 1,000-ton platform for the next 5 years, from project construction through to the completion of its 3-year mission, which is expected to start in December 2023. To learn more, visit paintsandcoatingsexpert.com.